find the exact value of each labeled variable in the given figure. So we're looking for exact value of 4 variables, T, S, M, N. One more time, exact value means leave your answer in a radical form, fraction form. If you have to rationalize, make sure you rationalize your answer. Do not use calculator and change into decimal form, because decimal form is called approximated form, not the exact value form. This particular triangle, this particular angle is 30 degrees. This angle here is 90 degrees. So this red angle has to be 60 degrees. So let's label that. So this one is 90 degrees. This angle will be 60 degrees. Now let's talk about the triangle to the right side. We can see this angle is 90 degrees. This angle is 60 degrees. So the remaining angle should be 30 degrees angle. Let's label the angle 30 degrees. Now we have talked about 30, 60, 90 triangle and 45, 45, 90 degree triangle in our previous lecture. The side opposite the 30-degree angle has length 1. I would like to write the length of the side in front of 30 degrees 1. Length of the side opposite to 60 degree is radical 3. And the side opposite the 90-degree angle has length 2. The side opposite the 45-degree angle has length 1. The side opposite this 45 angle has to have a length 1. Why? Because this triangle is an isosceles triangle. So if one angle is 45 and the opposite side is 1, then the second angle 45, the length of the side opposite to it has to be 1. The side opposite the 90-degree angle has length radical 2. First, I will talk about this particular triangle. I will write down the measurements of the angles 30, 60, 90 degrees. In front of the angle 30 degrees, the length given is in. So we will use this variable and we will rewrite the length of the side in front of the 30-degree angle is n. So we will write n here. And then we're going to multiply each of these measurement by n. So we will write this as an n, this is an n, and this one is an n. Okay. Now we're going to label each of these sides right here based on the angles. That means the length of the side in front of 30 degrees is n. So I will write that n here. The length of the side in front of the 60-degree angle is t. That will go here. And length of the side opposite to 90 degrees angle 8 will go here. And now we will compare them. There is no comparison here, so we will leave this alone right now. We will only compare these. If you compare these two and make them equal, then you have two unknowns, n and t. So this is not a wise choice. This can be our wise choice. We will compare 2n equals 8, square root of 3 times n equals t, and n equals n, there is no comparison, so we'll leave that alone. So the best thing to do is solve this one first. So we get 2n equals 8, so our n equals 4. You divide both sides 2, so we get n equals 4. That is our first labeled variable value, n equals 4. Now we will find t using this equation. So we can see that t equals square root of 3 times n. We will plug in n equals 4, so we get square root of 3 times 4, which is basically 4 radical 3. Now the remaining lengths are m and s. For that we will use this particular triangle, but don't forget this n is the length of the side opposite to 60-degree angle. We already have the value for it, which is 4. So don't forget that part. So now we will talk about the triangle on the right side. 30, 60, 90 triangle. 30 degrees here, 60 degrees and 90 degrees. Let's write down side opposite the 30-degree angle has length 1, 60 degrees, length radical 3, and for 90 degrees is length 2. Now again, look at the 30-degree angle. The length opposite to this 30-degree angle is s. So we will label that variable as here. Now we will use this s and we will multiply each value by s. Here, here, and here as well. So now we will go back to our figure and write down the side opposite the 30-degree angle has length s, and that will go here. Then the side opposite to 60-degree angle has length n, that will go here. Then the side opposite the 60-degree angle is n here. Side opposite the 90-degree angle has length m, which will go here. Now we will compare them. Remember, so we will compare this one and this one. Now, which one is the best comparison? We know the value of n, which is 4. So it's better we plug in 4 here. We're going to erase this n and we will plug in 4. So this will be the best comparison or the best first one, because here we have two unknowns. S equals S, it's obvious. So this will be the best one to use. So we will say square root of 3 times S equals 4. S equals 4 over square root of 3. Make sure we rationalize the denominator. So we multiply top and bottom by radical 3 and simplify. So we get 4 radical 3 over 9, and that will be the length of the side labeled as S. And last step, we will take this value of S, plug it in here, and we'll find the value of M. So now 2 times S equals M. The value of S is 4 times square root of 3 over 9. When we simplify it, we get m equals 4 times 2, 8, radical 3 over 9. And that will be the length of the side, and that will be the length of the side opposite to 90-degree angle. Hope this will help you.